I turned it over to Megan and Jonathan to do the training tonight just because my internet is real shoddy today. So I'm going to turn this call over to you, Megan.
Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, Rogers, Diane, and Betty. I know that we were just talking about this, but there's a lot of people that won't be able to jump on tonight because of the power outages in Houston. So, oops. So really, I just wanted to go over a few things. I wanted to keep it short and sweet tonight since I knew it was just going to be a few of us, and so that we can y'all can preserve your power if you are without it. I just wanted to talk about some of the resources that we already have available for everybody to use. And I wasn't sure, if y'all have a different question that you want me to go over, please feel free to speak up and ask. But I just wanted to make sure everybody kind of was aware of what's available that is already in place, just so you know what you can use. If you're not already using Slack, that it would be the #1 communication tool that you need to have downloaded on your phone and using on a daily basis. I know all of us have our smartphones and we pick up and look at, our fingers naturally have that routine, where they go, what social media account they go and look at first, and then you just do all of them until you get to the end, right? I know my finger has a routine, at least it feels like it. So I just want to kind of encourage you to make Slack, make the resources that we have a part of your daily routine. And when you get up in the morning, let it be the first thing you look at. Because this is what we're doing. We've got to make sure that we're being involved with the team and actively being a member of the team too, which means, being involved in that conversation. Couple of channels that you should be focusing on really should be the AGT and the 411 channel and the 911 channel. So those are the three channels you really should be paying attention to most. Another thing that I just kind of wanted to bring up is the Alleman Financial website, and it is Alleman Financial, ALLEMAN financial.com. If you're not already utilizing that website, we've spent a lot of time and energy trying to make it user-friendly for our agent force. And if you've never been in it before and actually gone to the agent resources area, that agent resources area on the Alleman Financial webpage is filled with resources that you can use on the day-to-day to help me make more sales. There's things like a whole e-app guide. If you don't know how to complete e-apps, there's a whole guide there, and it's broken down by insurance carrier. So you can go in and pull the carrier and kind of have an example of what it should look like while you're filling out the e-app. The other thing that it has on there for the e-apps is a whole telesale phone script for the e-apps. If you've never gone and looked at it, please go and look at it. There will be unprecedented things, whether it is unexpected or expected. There will be things that pop up in our life that create just a break in the flow. You know what I mean? I was trying to look for the right word, but I can't think of it. But there's going to be things that pop up, and you just need to be aware of the things that you can utilize. And one of those things is like today, Houston, we had an ice storm, and it was snowing, and we had no control over whether we could leave or not. So when COVID happened, we had no control, of going to see people in homes like we were used to. We had to completely transition everything into doing telesales. And it's been a blessing because, days like this happen in Houston and we're like, can't leave. But hey, we figured out how to make phone sales back in February, March of last year. So we could pick up the phone and do that if we need to. So that whole script is in the e-app guide portion of the agent resources on the Alleman Financial website. So please, please, please utilize that. I in fact used it myself the other day. So The resources are there to help you. Another thing that it has is applications for every single company. You can go and pull paper applications from each carrier website, but Morgan McQueen, most of y'all know her. She has put together, and this has been there for forever, whether you're utilizing it or not is on you, but it's put together, all the applications are actually already there. So if you have a question about where an app could be or don't know where to find it, yes, you can go to the carrier page. Yes, you can call the carriers and order applications, but you can also use the agent resource portal. And then kind of just on the same lines with the e-apps, I just kind of wanted to make sure everybody knew how to access all of the e-apps in the most efficient way. So arc.naaleads.com has all the e-apps in one place. All you got to do is click on e-apps and it pulls up every single carrier that we represent. And all you got to do is click on that carrier and it takes you straight to the electronic application. Now with some carriers like Great Western or different things like that, it'll shoot you to where you need to be, but it takes you to where you need to be to fill out whatever e-app it is that you're trying to complete. So I really just kind of wanted to hit on those things. Like there's a lot of resources out there, and I know that there's kind of an overwhelming amount with you. We've got the Alliance, we've got the Fitz Group, and we've got our page. There's a lot of stuff to choose from, and believe me, I get it. It's a lot. It's just a lot of information. But the reason I'm telling you to focus on what's on the Alleman Financial website is most of it's going to be there, and it's going to keep you from going into the gutters. You know what I mean? Sometimes we can get veer off a little bit and then not end up hitting anything, right? So it keeps us on the right track. And if you can't find something there, then we definitely have resources either on the Fitz Group website or on the Alliance website. So start there is what I'm trying to say. We're trying to help you guys make money quick and efficiently and fast, and in the best way that serves your client. So that's just kind of what I wanted to hit on today, because listen, unexpected things are going to happen, and I know we don't talk about the resources that we provide. We don't really talk about it that much. So I just wanted to make sure you guys knew where it was and how to access it. So any questions? Has anybody used the e-app guide before?
I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're bombarded with NAAU University, the Fitz Group, the Alleman Group. I mean, where is the most concise location to get what you really need to know so that you can get out there and start running appointments? I mean, to get the basics.
The agent resource area.
And that's in the Alleman information group, the
yes.
AllemanFinancial.com.
AllemanFinancial.com. Yep, okay. Under agent resources. I mean, we've tried to make it as simple as possible there, so that you don't, get so bombarded, because like I said, believe me, I get it. I know it's a lot of information, but what we've tried to do is make it to where that just keeps you from going into the gutters, keeps you in the lane. And if there's anything else you need outside of that, we'll send you, there's tons of links and video resources on the Fitz Group website that are really, really good. But if you can't find it on the agent resource, you can typically find it on the Fitz Group website.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
I was going to say, Megan, one of the things when I'm on the phone with a customer and they're having trouble completing the e-app, I'll just go, I just have it saved on my favorites, the e-app guide, and I'll open up. Some of those PDFs are like 100 pages long, but what's important to know about it is it goes over every single page of the e-app, starting with the input. So if you've already done the input, just scroll down to the bottom where the client is going to get an email and it shows you page by page what that client is seeing. And so without seeing that, it's hard for you to prompt your client on how to sign it. So, for example, I would say, you know, did you get the email from Foresters? And on the middle, there's a blue box. It says access your application or something like that. Exactly what it says. And then I'll tell them step by step what to do. So you really, you know, want to have that open when you are trying to explain it to someone else.
It's a very helpful tool. Not every e-app guide is the same, because every e-app with every carrier, some of them look the same and some look different, but I just encourage you, go look at it, go open up some of them just so you can get an idea of which e-app is going to look like. The alternative is doing an application on yourself with every carrier, and you can do that so you can see what it looks like. But we've already done that, so it's already there. Utilize it. That way you can, like she said, better help walk your client through what they're going to be looking at. Makes you more credible and professional when you're walking it through it like that. So, and some of them are not updated like to the most recent, but they're pretty on point. I will say, I don't think Transamerica is updated. Now there is only one signature with Transamerica, not two. Diane said, are we able to practice on these apps without submitting? Yeah. Yes, you can practice. What happens is when you email somebody for a signature, a client for a signature, the signature goes to the client, or the email goes to the client for them to open up the application and e-sign, but then it also goes back to you after they've signed it, so you can sign it as the producer. Now, don't take my, it's like that for most of the carriers. I'm sure you could find one or two where you click submit and it actually goes. But for most of the carriers, you've got to sign it after the customer has signed it. So I would encourage you to practice on yourself. I mean, the only reason and only, you know, the only way I learned how to do it was to literally do it. And I learned before the COVID happened, I learned what it looked like by doing it in the homes with people, because I never really did any application over the phone before that. So I kind of had an idea of what it was going to look like on their side, but not really. I mean, you just have to do it, and you just have to pull up that PDF, and you don't need to study all of it before. I mean, it's simple. It's asking a question and having them fill it in or check a box. You please don't spend hours studying on what each application looks like, because you may never use that application. You just don't know. However, get a general idea of what it looks like, so you're professional with it. That would be my suggestion. Yeah, go ahead, Sharon.
About DocuSign, do all of the carriers take DocuSign or no?
No. No, not all the carriers take DocuSign. A lot of them now allow us to, after COVID, like Foresters will take it, Mutual of Omaha will take it. They will not take it for the application.
Okay, but
they'll accept it for
tobacco.
Foresters will accept it for corrections, but I mean, and this stuff changes daily. So if you have always call the carrier on a specific question like this, because we have so many carriers and they all change their rules all the time.
Okay.
So just call them if you're really, need to know, but they will not accept an application through DocuSign. The only carrier that will allow that is Mutual of Omaha.
Okay. Thank you. It's Foresters, so.
Well, Foresters will only accept it for corrections on an application.
Not for the questionnaire then?
Yes, you can do a questionnaire.
Okay.
Yeah, anything that needs to be done after the policy has been submitted.
So not the app, but the
app. Yeah, you can do a questionnaire.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah. Rhonda, do you have a question? Michelle? Were you gonna say something? Sorry, I cut you off.
No, just that I usually do Mutual Omaha DocuSign. You know, that's the one I use. I'll use DocuSign for that one.
That's the only one that will accept it. So, if you can do the e-app, for two reasons. You get if it's a whole life living promise, you'll know at the end of the e-app whether they're approved or not. There are 2 signatures on that application. That's why she's saying that she does it DocuSign.
Okay.
Because it makes it a little bit easier. But read the room. I mean, if you think the client can effectively work their email, go ahead and do it that way, because you're going to have a decision at the end of the application rather than
Do it without DocuSign. You're saying if you do the e-app with Mutual, they'll tell you right away.
yes.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
because they have you sign 2 times. They have you sign before the health questions. They have you sign a HIPAA questionnaire.
A HIPAA, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then after the questionnaire, after all the health questions and the banking info puts in and
That's
you've
right.
submitted it, because they've signed before with the HIPAA, they can tell you at the end if they're approved or not.
Oh, okay.
Same thing with Americo. There's 2 signatures. There's one like right after you get the name, social, things like that for the HIPAA signature. And then at the end, there's another signature, and that's what lets them give you that instant decision.
Okay, that's good. I can't wait to get with Americo.
Yes, it says yes. They're great.
What else? That was it. So I can do it with this. So that's good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And there's not any e-app guides for Americo or American Amicable because those are brand new carriers. But
Okay.
once you get the hang of it, once you get the hang of one, you typically get all of them. So
Yeah.
like I said, a few of them are a little bit different, but as long as you know the gist of what they're going to get, like you're going to get, tell the customer you're going to get in the email, you're going to have to open it, you're going to need the last 4 of your social or whatever the passcode is to get in. And then it's just making sure they open what they need to open, check the box they need to check, and then submitting it.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Hey, Megan, I think that American Amicable has some e-app guides within the e-app as you're doing it if you need help.
Okay.
I remember seeing that. I've done a few Occidentals. American Amicable, the name is American Amicable / Occidental. They go by either or.
Okay. And a heads up, FNG. I have to write a policy for my daughter for FNG.
Are you doing an IUL?
Yes. I'm so excited.
If you're doing it, is she going to be at home with you? Or
She is.
Going...
She's here.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, she's at work or something, she's like, Mom, I trust you here.
Okay.
But
I was going to say, if you're doing an e-app with a customer that you're not sitting with, I mean, it's your daughter, but I'm just telling you this because this is a weird thing that FNG will require. They require a picture of their photo ID. Like I have to take a selfie with my face in it and my photo ID in the picture.
Really?
With
and hold it. Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
So usually, like I did one time with a customer on the phone. We were on Zoom, or we might have been just on the phone, or we were on Zoom. Either way, I just told her, I said, it was for her granddaughter. And I said, take a picture of yourself right now and have it where the ID is showing and make it good enough so that I can see the numbers on the ID. It's got to be in focus.
Gotcha.
And then text it to me right now. Or she did it on Zoom. She was on Zoom with me and you can also do a screen print.
No, she's not.
Somebody has to mute. It's okay.
Yeah, Rogers, can you mute?
No, I don't know what this is about.
Hey, Rogers, can you mute? I can't mute him.
Oh.
Verification for what? Verification.
Hey, Rogers, are you able to mute him? Michelle, I'm talking to you.
What information?
Let me try.
I don't have access to. But anyway, we're almost done.
Okay, listen,
Okay, she muted herself. Oh, so cute. It's okay.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
I don't think she knows how to do it.
Okay.
It's all good. We need a guide for that too. But anyway, if
We
y'all need
do.
any help, just message us on Slack. You know where to find us.
I appreciate you.
Y'all have
Y'all
a good, warm evening.
be
Talk to you guys
safe.
tomorrow.
See you
And
tomorrow.
be watching Slack. I don't know if Fitz is gonna do the Tuesday call or not, because he has not had any power, and neither is his office. So
Oh, wow. Okay.
watch Slack.
Okay.
Bye, y'all.
I will. Bye.
Bye. Thanks,
Bye.
y'all.
Thank
Bye.
you.